guys, welcome back to Glory Hills Homestead. My name is Holly. If you're new here, thanks for joining us today. Right now it is the first day that feels like fall and I'm totally geeking out about it. As you can see, I have on a sweatshirt. It's in the middle of the afternoon when I know the cows are kind of laying down taking their nap, and so I just thought I'd come check on everybody. I'm going to update you guys again on what's been going on with the cows because there's new updates, mostly good updates. But while Honey is sitting here, I thought I'm gonna go snuggle with my Honey for a little bit. So if you guys have been following along recently, you know that Miss Honey is getting over a really bad case of pink eye. So normally when I come get her at this time, she's like starting to stress. You can see she's actually just now starting to breathe heavy. It's because she's getting worked up because she thinks I'm about to go take her to the stanchion to do her eye drops. Good news is I just got off the phone with the vet. I sent him over some pictures this morning and he thinks we're making great progress in one eye, and another eye is a little bit concerning. But overall I am going to pull back on the amount of eye drops we're having to do. So instead of 4 to 6 times a day, 3 different eye drops where they all have to be spaced out like 5 to 10 minutes in between eye drops, we're just going to do every 12 hours on some, and then one of the eye drops we're going to pull completely. So we're just going to keep an eye on it, kind of pull back. Part of the reason is because these eye drops are incredibly expensive. Like, I'll show you guys here in a few minutes what $125 will get you when you have a cow. So she thinks I'm coming to get her to do eye drops, but I just wanted to come love on her and just hang out with her. It's the first day she's not struggling in the heat, first day I'm not struggling in the heat, so I thought we would just come hang out together for a little bit. There's your reminder. Even if there's a lot that seems to be going wrong, find whatever's going right in that moment and just go sit with it and go enjoy what is going right, because you don't know what moment lies after that moment. And if you take time to appreciate the good in the moment, you'll be more energized and prepared to tackle whatever next moment lies ahead. Okay, so y'all want to see what $125 looks like when you own cows? This right here, $125. And the best part is these bottles are filled to 1/3 capacity for proper drop control, which means when you get one of these, I drew a line on it because I thought it was ridiculous. That's how much of this dropper you're actually getting, where that little Sharpie line is. Yeah. So don't own cows unless you're prepared to dish out a whole bunch of money. Shifting focus for a little bit, we're back inside the house. Something I've been really needing to do is preserve our onion harvest for the year. I was thinking about just like chopping them all up and freezing them, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and dice most of them, freeze dry them, and then also leave some that are a little smaller. I'm just gonna leave those whole and also pop those in the freeze dryer because they're great for like a stew or a soup, things like that. And that way they're not gonna go bad. We can use them all winter long. Okay, so here is our onion harvest for the year. We've already used some of them. We didn't set them outside to cure. We just put them down here in the basement, which might have been fine, I don't know, but I don't want to risk it. I don't want moisture to get inside of these and them go bad. So almost all of them, I'm just gonna put them in the freeze dryer. All right, let's go. Got everything I'm gonna need set out. I have this, I plan on using this. It is the, I think it's called the Vidalia, I don't know, some kind of chopper. My sister got this for me and I use it all the time. Bunch of different bowls because I'm assuming I'm gonna need them. And then my trays for the freeze dryer. Down here, Estes is sorting the big ones from the small ones. Okay, so I got my stuff set up. This thing is awesome. I use it all the time. Definitely recommend that. But some of it I'm gonna chop by hand, so I have a good knife, plate, bowls everywhere. Most of them are about this size, so not too bad.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby, huh? Mm-hmm. Pretty good.
Yep.
I'm happy with it. Okay, so now we're gonna play a fun game of try not to cry while I do this.
And that onion.
Yeah. I'm gonna just start by taking off the skin. I've never actually freeze-dried onions before unless it was like mixed in with something, but never just onions by itself. So I'm sure there's a million different ways you can cut it. I'm probably gonna go with the smallest little screen cutter for this. There's like a longer one, a bigger square, and a little square. I'm gonna do the little square. So what's really cool about this cutter is it comes with this little screen. So you can just put this in here and it fits into all those grooves. That way nothing gets stuck in there, and when you're done using it, you just pull this out and it completely takes all of the food particles out of those little lines. Each slice I'm just gonna set on the chopper. And there we go. This will be what goes onto the freeze-dry tray. Okay, so I had to end up taking a little break because the memory card got full. So I'm gonna get back to chopping these now. I also started getting a headache because I do not like the smell of onion. Does anyone like the smell of onion? Or is that like an obvious thing? So I went ahead and rinsed off these onions just because there was a little bit of dirt left on them. So now I'm gonna start chopping and putting them on the freeze-dry trays. So I have like a pet peeve with having to wash cutting boards. I just don't like to. We're learning that the kitchen is not my favorite place, huh? This is my most used cutting board because I don't like committing to wash the big ones. It's very annoying to me. So I'm just gonna use this little one. It works just fine. There's the first tray. You know, this isn't that bad of an activity to do if you've been overwhelmed recently, because for one, it forces you to sit down and have a good cry. But then for two, any pent up energy or feelings you have, you can just get it out with smacking this Vidalia chop wizard. It's amazing. See how nice this is? This would literally take me so long to do by hand. Okay, so I think I did just about the right amount by the time I spaced it all out evenly. This was about, gosh, I want to say like around 18 mid-sized onions. Oh, my eyes are starting to water again. And it filled up 4 trays pretty good. I probably could do like 1 or 2 more. Honestly, I don't want to, so I'm not going to. We still have 2 giant baskets full of onions, which is a good problem to have. So this will probably be several rounds of doing this. I'm not freeze drying any milk right now, as you know, because we can't save honey's milk. So the freeze dryer is kind of open right now, so it's probably a good time to do all this. All right, let's go put these in the freeze dryer. Okay, so I got those onions in the freeze dryer. Then I went outside and noticed I don't see Nellie, our Nubian goat. So I'm like, oh man, I start looking around. Finally found her. She was stuck behind their little hut, their goat hut, between the back of their hut and the hog panels. Very badly stuck. I don't know how long she's been there. I saw her a few hours ago. It took a lot of effort getting her unstuck. Her horns are bigger than Chip's horns, and so she can't fit her head through those panels and easily pull them back out like Chip can. I don't think she's actually ever had her head stuck through the fence before. This was the first time, and it just so happened to be wedged behind a super heavy goat hut that I cannot move on my own. Like, it is heavy, it's solid. So I shouted at Isaac and had him go get wire clippers, and ended up just cutting the fence off because I couldn't move the goat hut. So I was like, well, if I can't move that, I can move the fence. So moved the fence so I could wiggle her around more. Her head was still really badly stuck. Finally got her head unstuck. I'll probably go give her a shot of vitamin B12 just to boost her immune system a little bit. Goats can get really easily stressed and decline fast just from like having a stressful moment. So she very quickly started eating hay. She drank a little water, so that's good. I'm going to keep a close eye on her. That is why I said earlier, if there is a moment that is going right, to sit in that moment and enjoy it, because you don't know what the next moment ahead is going to look like. Especially on a farm, there's always something. It's either something great or something not so great. There's not many middle moments. It's either like really high or really low, and you just like see what happens every time. But anyway, David is on his way home. I still have to give him a haircut, milk Honey, give her eye drops, do all the evening chores, things like that. So I'm going to wrap up the video here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Remember, you were born for such a time as this, and we'll see you next time. Bye.